Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey back with another article review video. This is articles from Men's Health, how kettlebell deadlifting makes you stronger. Or kettlebell lifting can make you stronger. So we're gonna get into this article. So if you see it on the bottom right here, can you please do that? It is greatly appreciated. It helps me grow this channel, and I was trying to be more consistent with the videos because, like I said, I get a little busy that time. So without further ado, let's get to this article. So, like I said, how kettlebell deadlifting makes you stronger. Train to lift anything from boxes to rocks to your kids in real life and with one move. Deadlifts are useful, which we know, for more than just packing on muscle and building your weight room strength. Yes, any good coach will have you doing the classic compound exercise in the gym when you gut out barbell and trap bar variation, but you see that heavy box over there in the corner in your living room, there's a good chance that when you walk over to lift it up, your body will shift your own personal deadlift movement pattern. You'll bend at the waist, you bend at the knees a touch, wrap your hands around the box, then aim to hinge your back to lift the box. That's part of why kettlebell deadlift is an exercise you should learn and master. The classic barbell deadlift might be a gold standard version of exercise in most people's mind, but it's also more specialized motion. Says Men's Health Fitness Director. I'm not going to say his name. And he is a certified strength and conditioning specialist. The barbell, back to the article. The barbell deadlift places the load outside your body in form of those weight plates, he continues, and that's great for building strength for a variety of reasons, but the kettlebell deadlift places a single centralized load before your body. That's more similar to picking up a box or even an oddly shaped object like a boulder outside. I can understand the whole sentiment about the kettlebell deadlift. You know, I don't see a kettlebell heavier than 100 pounds, but I can see the basis behind it, the reasoning behind it, but I can explain that at the end. Back to the article. Master the kettlebell deadlift. You taught your body the optimal way to pick up loads in everyday life, setting you up for success in everything from your next big movie day to your next run to Costco. This is a great way to start your deadlift journey, says the director. Eventually, you may want to try trap bar deadlifts, barbell deadlifts, but starting here gives you a good base on how to move. I can understand why they say that because the kettlebell, the weight is more centralized. It's not even out like the trap bar or the barbell. So I can understand why they say that because the weight is directly under you instead of a bigger, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, can't get the words. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. Back to the article. So it says how to do the kettlebell deadlift. To do the kettlebell deadlift, first choose a relatively heavy kettlebell. You want to load to this, said the director. Not something light. It should be something relatively challenging to lift. Then follow these steps. So for a second here. For most guys, go for that 70, 80 pound kettlebell. Women, I would say like a 50 or 60 pounder. But I know most kettlebells, a good number of kettlebells are in kilos, so it's going to be hard to actually pin down those exact weights. Back to the article, then follow these steps. Start standing slightly behind your kettlebell, feet wider than shoulder width, core tight, hinge forward at the waist, push your butt back, lowering your torso, grasping the kettlebell firmly with both hands. Turn the pits of your elbows forward. Power up your lats and mid-back muscles. Maintain this tension. Tighten your glutes, hamstrings, driving your butt a few inches lower. Maintain this tension. Exhale and lift the kettlebell straight up. Squeeze your glutes and shoulder blades. Slowly lower it back to the ground. Basically, the tempo way to do a deadlift. Now, the thing is, when it comes to doing a deadlift, I say try your best. You do have to hinge forward regardless, because in deadlift, you do hinge forward more than you do a squat. So, I'm not going to even debate this. I was about to debate it, but I had to think about it. There's no need to debate it. Continue with the article. Muscles you work with kettlebell deadlift. Even though I pretty much know what they're going to say. If it's a deadlift, you pretty much work in pretty much majority of the muscles of the lower body. Your glutes, your quads, hamstrings, to a degree, your calves, your low back, and your core. That's the main areas. But also, since you are holding the weight with your arms, your shoulders and your upper back are pretty much involved. This is me saying it before they say it. So that's most likely what they're going to say. So back to the article. The basic kettlebell deadlift does more than teach you to lift a box. It's also packing muscle until your body in positions where you need critical strength. You're building seams, hamstring, glute muscle, but that's not it. Abs, low back muscle, obliques all come together in the kettlebell deadlift to protect your spine as a lift. Like I said, I did say core. Abs and obliques are part of the core. Low back muscles is technically part of the core. It's the posterior version of the core. So yeah. A skill that winds up translates well when you lift anything heavy in real life. Your lats and mid back muscles also gets a serious workout. That's where when you holding the weight with your hands, the shoulder and upper back muscles come into play. That's where that come into play at. You need to squeeze your lats and shoulder blades tightly. Says Sam, we not necessarily need to squeeze them because you're gonna be just the hold when you lift it up. Those muscles, those traps, your shoulder blades, they are gonna be engaged anyway because you're holding the weight. So either way it goes, you don't necessarily need to squeeze them tightly, but they're gonna be engaged regardless, just for you to hold, so you don't curve over. Could that be bad form when you curve over? But anyway, and this sometimes easier to learn with the kettlebell deadlift than is with barbell deadlift. It depends with the person. It depends on the person. Some people prefer the barbell deadlift. Some people prefer kettlebell. Well, take it back. More people prefer the barbell over the kettlebell. Let's just say that. Anyway, moving on. Finally, you build grip strength. Yes, it does help with grip strength. So that's where the forearms come in at. I don't think I mentioned the forearms, but yeah, that's where the forearm strength come in at, which is the grip strength. Especially when you grip a heavier kettlebell with a thick handle, your hands have to squeeze tightly to maintain it. As rep pilot is serious forearm bang for your training buck. I just said that. The basic kettlebell deadlift sets you up for plenty of success. Is also only a starting point move. Once you master the deadlift with your feet squared, you can attack the load in different ways. You can use an offset stand, shifting one foot slightly backward, or lifting your back heel off the ground, placing more challenge on the front leg. Or you can shift positioning of the load so slightly off center. Basically, they basically explaining, you got the staggered deadlift, which is 1 foot in front of the other. That's staggered deadlift. You also got the lateral leaning deadlift. You also got that. So that's what they basically saying. But anyway, where I was left. Okay. All of these challenge your muscles and your fascia as well, which is the tissue around your muscles. Building stability and resiliency against injury in unique planes. These other options are definitely for advanced users, but they speak to the versatility of this baseline kettlebell move. And they also explain common mistakes. The common mistakes they mention is setting up too far away, skipping lat engagement. I mean, when you're doing the kettlebell deadlift, if you don't go heavy enough, you're not going to engage your lats. You're going to relax those shoulder blades and lats more. Anyway, skipping the squeeze. Those the three is a mistake. Setting up too far away. Basically, you putting the kettlebell too far away from you when you're lifting up. Skipping the lat engagement means you're not engaging your lats and your upper back. And skipping the squeeze, basically make sure you need to squeeze your glutes and shoulder blades. How to add kettlebell deadlift to your workout? Like this, I'm not going to read. It depends on the person. It really is. But they do say if you want to add to your workout, it's good to add it as a secondary workout to regular deadlifts, and basically saying start doing 3 sets of 8 or 10 reps. Of course, it needs to be a little heavier. So anyway, this is it for the article. We made it to the end, so that's it for the article. So I will post a link in the description below. So other than that, please do this below me here. It helps me out a lot. I would be greatly appreciated trying to grow this channel the best I can to make up for lost time too. So yeah, but anyway, that's it for me. I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all have a good one, and peace.